Hi, I'm Andrew Hansen,
And I'm Sam Kelley.
and we're from the Delta Epsilon chapter here at Washington State University, and we're going to talk today about how community service has had an impact on our chapter and how we're changing the culture here at Washington State.
So we did two projects this semester. Our first one, I would like to introduce the Kruger family. This is Rick and Roberta Kruger. Rick is a retired Army veteran, and Roberta has multiple sclerosis. The house that they live in currently is not wheelchair equipped, and so every year the Habitat for Humanity donates a house to a family in need, and they were chosen. Having a new house that has all the things that you need is awesome, but not having all the supplies that you need can be a financial burden on the family, and so we wanted to help with that.
This is Misty May, and so our second event was a blanket event where we tied blankets together and donated them to the local Humane Society here. And so in a time where animals are shifting around quite a bit, we wanted to ease that tension and give them something consistent that they can take to their future homes and wherever they go. And so these blankets are something that travel with the animals, specifically cats that we donated it to. And that way they're not so stressed out because they have something that they can hang on to while they're in transition.
So our goals for the project was to get members excited about community service. The mentality about community service here is not great. We had a lot of students who would only participate in one event, and that was our tutoring event. And we wanted to get people more involved to impact the community better. And our second and third goal was to improve student involvement with the professionals and network with professionals. Because we're in Pullman, it's a very small, tiny town, and we're in the middle of nowhere. And so it's really hard to be able to network and get to know the professionals in a different way. So we wanted to improve that. We wanted to increase involvement with other organizations and increase the cohesiveness of the university and hold one event per semester with 40 hours served combined. So what we accomplished was we changed mentality about community service and got people excited. So the first event we did was the food drive. We stood outside of Walmart from 9 to 5 and collected food, supplies, and anything else they could need.
The second event that we did was a blanket event where we took sheets of fabric, and with the professionals that came in from Deloitte, we tied them together while talking to the professionals and just rotating tables. That way we could send them off to the Palouse Animal Shelter after and donate them to that animal shelter with all the animals that are there.
So pre-event prep for the food drive was about 15 hours. This was just making signs, getting approvals, and creating a sign-up sheet for the members.
For the blanket drive, we had to create a sign-up sheet, coordinate with the professionals, make sure it worked with our BAP schedule, and then get a room reserved, get scissors, cut all these blanket sheets of fabric out. That way we had them before we started the event, and then we got started and went to donate 30 blankets to the Humane Society.
So what we accomplished through the food drive, we had 37 participants, 26 were members, and 11 were non-members. We served over 80.75 hours. Our goal was to donate 3 carts full of food. We ended up donating 10. The Habitat for Humanity had so much food we donated, they didn't know what to do with it all. They actually packaged any food that wasn't going to fit into the house in 2 boxes, and they gave it to families in need.
For the blanket event, we aimed to donate 30 blankets. We actually donated 68. So wildly successful, more than we could have imagined. We had 39 participants, 6 which are Deloitte members and 33 which were our own members. And we served a total of 117 hours. So way over what we had estimated, but we're really happy to see that because that just means we are really making a change here and things are going in the direction that we want to see. So compared to spring 2019, fall 2019 had 173 more hours served than previous, which is on average 2 hours a member. And previously we had about 5% of our members would participate in more than one event. This time we had 95%. So complete other end of the spectrum, which to me shows we are changing the culture here for community service, and we're doing things that people like. We're tailoring it to our chapter, and we're tailoring it to other organizations that we can get involved with. That way we can create a great experience for everybody who's participating.
So benefits to the chapter and community, this had a huge impact on the community. So direct benefits to the chapter was engaging with the community, working with other organizations, and networking with professionals. I think a lot of times we take for granted what we have, and so this really showed us appreciation, to appreciate having a roof over our head, having a warm meal, because not everybody has that. and we really wanted to impact the community in a big way. So we provided warmth, food, cleaning supplies, and toiletries, improving connections with the community, the university, the chapter, and with the profession in general to impact the community as best as we could.
So to talk a little bit about the future of this event, this is something that we've never done before. So it's new to us, just like it was to these professionals. With that being said, these professionals actually took it to another chapter here in Washington State, not us, the professionals. So it was so highly regarded that this is being replicated at other chapters now, partly because it's easily adaptable. And community service professionals is actually a really good way to bond with them because you're looking at teamwork, which is something that you'll be doing with professionals later on. But if you start now, it's just a really easy transition rather than sitting across with them and having an awkward coffee conversation, trying to feel out how it's going to be. And so this is something that we're looking towards in the future. In the future, not the same event, but with BDO, we're partnering to do Adopt-A-Block, which is going around collecting trash from the streets here and cleaning up the blocks. And then we're writing letters to veterans with a local company here in Pullman, Schweitzer Engineering Labs, who's been really good to our campus. And so we want to go experience this teamwork and relationship that we have within community service that was really beneficial for us and that we could see in the future. So in summary, one of the greatest things that I saw with this was I have a friend who I've been trying to get to go to BAP, and I keep, prodding him to try and get him to come to the meetings with me. This was something that he saw as a real benefit, and he came out and he loved it. So not only is he planning to do community service with BAP, but he's also planning to come to our meetings. So it provides that benefit to the chapter overall. And if I could get him to come to this, I think I can get anybody in the accounting department here, accounting students, finance students, and MIS students to come have that relationship with professionals, but just to get excited about community service in general. And so this has really had an impact on our chapter. We're glad that been able to share this with you today, and hopefully we can see it move on to other chapters in the future as well.